Folks, I think that you might have a familiar face here as Kay is doing double, triple duty on marathons, I think. She probably hopped away from the last stream to quickly come over here like, surprise, pop back.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
So that's like at least 4 hours in a row. My goodness.
That's fine. I usually stream for 3 to 4 hours for productivity sprints anyway, so I'm used to it.
Oh,
but any longer than that, and I'm like, please let me go.
Yeah. That's a lot. My goodness.
Yeah.
So it says you are the author of the Blossom Street Shop series. That already sounds so adorable, and I know nothing about it. So give me your elevator pitch. Tell me what this series is.
Oh, Lord. I don't have a very good elevator pitch.
Without the morning on Saturday. Tell me your pitch.
Yeah. So the Blossom Street Shop series is a pretty long series from what I have planned out. We'll see if it happens, but it's a pretty long series based on shops that are on the main street of a town called Maplewood, and the main street is called Blossom Street. So it's all about the shops, people there, the owners of the shops, relationships that, come together with those shops. Most of my books are HFNs, but I am doing cookies for them, or whatever, reader magnets, or whatever you want to call it. I call them cookies.
I gotcha.
I'm doing cookies for them to turn them into HEAs.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm excited because there's a couple of them I'm like, yes, I really want to do this in HEA because I didn't do it in the book, and now it's time.
That's such a cool idea. I love that. And it's just so wholesome sounding and lovely, and like Blossom Street. Yes, I want to be there already. Okay, I love it.
It's cozy. We'll just put that cozy romance. So, but I also write horror.
For something completely different. All right.
Yeah, something completely different. There is a book coming out that we actually, the Two Crones, the publishing company of Nick and Sarah, if you know them, they are putting out an anthology that was an invitational, and I have one of those stories in there. So it was a lot of fun to write. It was a horror story about gluttony and the consumption of social media.
Oh my goodness.
So fun. Yeah.
Hi. Hello. Welcome back. She decided she wanted to sleep downstairs last night, which is, we have a split house. So she was on the couch and it worked. She fell asleep. So
whatever works.
Woke up because here I am being loud in the next room, but that's okay.
My husband's still in bed. So, yeah. So what about you?
Well, I also have a cozy romance series, but it's not very long. It's about an adaptive hockey team in a New England town called Cedar Harbor. And I had done only like standalone angsty stuff before, still romance, but it was so much fun to do a small town. Like, I don't know, there's the series thing. I was like, oh, I see why people do this. This is so cool. And like weaving the characters into the different stories and stuff. Really fun. So yeah, I've been self-publishing for the last 17 years, almost entirely romance. And yeah, it's been lonesome. I haven't had much of a community, so I'm really happy to connect with everybody here. And yeah, it's always good to have partners in crime with.
Yeah. Definitely partners in crime.
You try to tell your family about like, oh, I wrote this amazing scene today, and they're just like, that's lovely, huh?
That's wonderful. Yeah.
No idea.
But then you tell somebody in the community and we're like, yes, good job.
You know what happens when this plot isn't going the right way, and all this stuff. So yeah.
And don't you also write romances that have disabled people?
I do. Yes. All of my books have disabled characters, and that was something that I was inspired by when I was a kid, because I just didn't see any books. And I think there's a lot more of them now, but in the 90s, 80s, I was not seeing books with disabled characters, and especially love stories with disabled characters. So it's like, I'm going to make my own. So I did.
That's pretty much why I started my series, because there are books out there with Gen X type characters, but not as many. and not quite as many reverse age gap either. So that's what mine are. Usually reverse age gap with that stuff. So yeah.
Nice. Oh,
But I aim for Gen X because I mean I am Gen X. So
yeah. Yeah. I think it's very powerful motivation to be writing the stories that you want to see.
exactly.
We say if you want them, then somebody else definitely also wants them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to? Are we doing sprints? I
We
can't.
are
I'm
doing sprints.
like so discombobulated. I can't remember what's what.
So I set the title as I think, well, I don't know, because I changed the title in YouTube and then I don't know if StreamYard changed it or changed it back. Like I don't know the technicals of that, but I did think it would be fun to do like writing exercises if people wanted to. So I have to do sewing because I'm going to a baptism tomorrow and I'm not finished with the dress that I'm planning to wear to the baptism. So I'm setting aside writing to do that, but I did put a link to a Google Doc in the comments that has some writing exercises and like character interviews and stuff like that. So if somebody is like, I don't know what to work on, or I need a little boost in motivation, those are there to work on.
Awesome. Okay, I'll have to go look at it because I can't click on the link in the StreamYard chat.
Yeah, I think on YouTube you should be able to click on it. I hope. We don't have a moderator for today, so.
Well, I can be your moderator if you need me to, but let's see. Let me mute this tab first.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so I've got a 25 minutes on the clock here. And are we ready?
We are ready.
Okay, let's do it.
And I got your document up. All right.
Okay. All right, that is 25 minutes. And we have a new person on the stream. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm upright and I'm almost done with my coffee and I have all kinds of stuff I need to get done today. So I'm ready to get the engines running.
Fantastic. All right. How did you make out on that sprint, Kay?
I just more reading and I jammed to some music, so I'm sure you saw me bebopping. But that's pretty much what I did. So I'm trying to read through my most recent one for consistency, because like there was one book I wrote it in the spring, and then the next book was supposed to happen right after it, and I had it happening in the winter.
Yeah.
So my editor called it, thankfully, but now I'm like really careful about that. So I was reading through for consistency.
That does make sense. Yeah.
How did you make out with your dress?
I think I'm almost done with the bodice, which is amazing.
Oh, cool.
I'm not sure if it's gonna fit or look right, but I have to finish it to see. But it's supposed to be a cowl neck, which I've never done before.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
My mother-in-law's a seamstress, so I've seen her do stuff for proms and things like that. She does a really cool job with dresses.
Oh, nice.
I grew up in the Society of Creative Anachronism and I always made my own garb, right?
Nice.
So I like Roman. Roman is really easy to make. It has that cowl sort of neck that you were talking about, and it's like one of the easiest things to make. So you'll be okay.
I met one of my really good friends who comes over every Sunday for crafting because we were at a playground with our kids and she was embroidering on a dress for the SCA. And so we got to talking and I was crocheting. So
crafty corner at the park. Yeah.
She sat down and then it was time to go. And I said, "Hey, can I have your number?" And the rest is history. Yes.
Do we want to let Sako do an intro?
Yes, definitely.
Hi folks, if you don't know me, I am Sako Toomey. I write horror under the name Cass Voight. I am an artist and an author and a bunch of other things, but we'll just mention that I'm published 6 times over. I'm working on 2 whips right now, 2 novels, and I've got some short stories on the horizon. If you want to learn more about me, you can Google Sako Toomey or Psycho Sako, and all of my stuff pops up. So you could, my Insta is the first hit, and my Substack, I think, is the second hit. So please to be dropping a line, and I would love to hear from you.
All right, very cool.
Sako also has a podcast.
I do. I have a horror craft podcast called Sako and the Moon. We are 2 self-published horror authors who are who do all the things and wear all the hats, all the hats. And so we kind of walk the layman who is just getting into horror writing through the writing process and the publishing process, and we talk to a bunch of horror experts, and I really like ask questions that maybe they haven't heard before. So yes, every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, we do a podcast.
Awesome.
It's a really good podcast too. But I'm not biased, maybe.
Friday we had Kay, and we talked about her balancing of the romance, the romanticy sort of action, and then the horror chops in the shorts. So I thought it was a great talk, and I'll be making like YouTube shorts out of it here pretty soon.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That sounds like a very interesting conversation. Yeah.
It was. And Moon is very interesting to talk to.
He's a blast. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He had some good questions too, though. So
yes, he does.
And Sako has some awesome questions. Some of them kind of threw me for a loop, but I was like,
yeah, I like to give it a couple of days so that you can kind of mull it over a little bit, because some of them are a little crunchy. Yeah. Yeah, wow. I get it. So yeah, if you write horror, like, let's talk.
Yeah, or if you're curious about writing horror and what it entails and what the genre
come check out Sako in the Moon Horror Podcast. Yeah.
Is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube.
Okay.
We're in season 6. We're preparing for season 7. And yeah, so this season was the best. And if you want to get into the podcast, I strongly recommend starting with the beginning of this season and just binging it. The average episode is about an hour, but Vamp Chat trapped us for 2 hours. So that's a special episode. But yeah. Sako in the Moon Horror Podcast. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Oh my goodness. I'm not ready for the day. Oof. Okay. So what's everyone going to work on for the next sprint?
I am probably going to write some lore for my new DC by Night game for Vampire the Masquerade. I ran the first session last night, and while everything is still fresh in my head, I want to kind of continue to make plans. And I've implemented, so I do this critique system at the end of every game, and as part of this sorry, my brain just emptied out. But a new question that I ask them at the end of the game is, what are your wishes for the next session? And so I have all these notes, and I have a lot of writing to do, so I'm going to be doing that.
Perfect.
I love Vampire the Masquerade. That's like one of my favorite. I have fond memories about LARPing that.
Oh, that's so cool.
I was always a Malkavian, and I just loved it because you can get so many gaffs. Came up against the one that starts with a T.
Tremere?
Yeah, I came up against a Tremere, and she was a leader, and it was so funny because I went up to her with a Coke bottle, the old ones with the little cap on it. And
yeah.
I used my gaff on her, and this was somebody I did not like, and she didn't like me either. And I went up to her and I said, "Could you please open this for me?" And she said, "Well, you can do it yourself." And I was like, "Well, I just thought your ass was so tight that you could open it with no problem." No. I had so much fun with that.
I would have given extra experience for that. Yeah. That is so sweet.
It was fun. Wow. Because you only get so many gaffs. I think you get 2 gaffs per session or something like that, where you can
something
get away
like
with
that.
It. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you get away
I
with
don't think they
but-
call it gaff. I think they call it I can't remember what they call it. Son of a gun. But were you in the LARP that was in Prince William Park or
Oh no, this was a long time ago, and like Indy when I lived over in Chicago and a couple of other areas up there. So
that's exciting. Holy cow.
That's-
Okay.
and I was part of the SCA too. So, yeah,
Awesome.
but that was a lot of fun. But anyway, I don't want to keep babbling about that because we need to go into a sprint, I guess.
Oh, let's do this.
Oh.
Let's actually do the things. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
All right.
All right, another sprint over.
Yay.
Yay!
All right, Sako, how was that?
That was great. I am writing the edicts that the prince is talking about in court.
All right.
So all the stuff that's going on in the city and, you know, basically new rules that he's putting in place and stuff like that.
All right. Sorry, the alarm that goes off is very dramatic.
Very dramatic. Yeah.
Sure, I can change that in the settings, but I have not looked for where. How did you do, Kay?
I did okay. I finished reading through the book because, I mean, it's only like 16,000 words. So I finished reading through it for consistency. I did not put them in the dead of fall, which is good. So, but that book is, I think I'm going to finish that today, as in like finish reading it, put it aside for a little bit and noodle it over and work on the next book. So
Yeah.
my accidental cult leader book, that is the town gossip.
Ooh.
She's not really an accidental cult leader, I'm just saying.
No. It was reference to a question that I asked yesterday on break. So
I thought it was a really cool question too. So, if you had a main character that would be an accidental cult leader, who would it be, is what the question was. And it was definitely my town gossip. So
Carrie says she's working on some journaling, brought book notes, but don't know if I have the brain power for that. And yeah, I feel you on that.
be kind to yourself. It's Saturday and we've been doing this all week.
Exactly what I was going to say. Yep.
Yeah.
Take it easy today. It's okay. We've been marathoning. Like, give your brain a little break. Yeah. And I will be doing a break party at what time am I doing that? Noon. I'm going to try to come up with some games to lighten stuff up. So we'll see what happens.
I am expert at coming up with questions that are unhinged and focus on MCs and yeah.
That's perfect.
So that's fun, and have the audience, you know, like respond to the questions.
Are you going to be around at noon Eastern?
I believe so.
Because if you wanted to come in here, we could have, you know, bring people on live stream and have them answer your unhinged questions about their characters. That could be very fun.
I am pretty sure I am already slotted to be on the break with you.
Fantastic. How perfect is that? I didn't have the spreadsheet open anymore. So, all right.
I have it open 24/7 because I need to look at it all the time.
Me too.
I mean, I had it
everywhere today.
We started, and I was trying to close tabs to make sure my computer wouldn't run too slowly, you know?
Yeah.
So awesome. And you can ask me questions until people start like filtering in to come up and answer. So that sounds like it could be very fun. Awesome. All right. We have a plan. Great. Because I'm going to the library with my son. At the end of this live stream, we're going to use the 3D printer and print some Hollow Knight charms. That is the video game that he's playing right now. And I found somebody on Thingiverse who's making 3D print files of all of these charms for free. So we picked out a few to go and try to
for free. Ooh, that's a nice find.
Like, people are so generous. Creative people tend to be like, you know, I made this thing. It's so cool. I hope other people will use it and like it. But of course, we then get like, as writers and other artists, then, you know, we want to give everything, but we also need to make a living. So I know there's a psychological difficulty that comes in there because I know that I can't spend all my time writing if I'm not getting paid for it, but I also just really want to share everything. So yeah, I think a lot of us creative types, including people who sculpt things for 3D printers, give away too much.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, there's a comic out there. I can't remember. I think it's the Oatmeal. But anyway, so It's a comic where there's an artist and somebody is saying, well, hey, if you give me your art, I'll give you exposure. And then the next scene is the artist going up to a hot dog stand and saying, hey, do you take exposure? And no, I do
No.
not.
This is a side rant, but I've been watching this booktuber, Dylan something, and it keeps on, the comments keep on getting into people who believe in ethical piracy. And, you know, this comes up of like, it's a privilege to be able to access books sometimes. And there's people in countries that don't have good library access. And there's all these issues with books, and they can get expensive, especially if you're buying the paperbacks. But there'll always be people in the comments that are like, boycott Amazon, pirate the books. And I'm like, excuse me?
Excuse me. Yeah.
And a lot of pushback from people saying, oh, you don't want poor people to have entertainment. Like, I'm poor too, guys. Like, they come up
I
with
need to eat.
I pirate the book. If I like it, then I spread it. So this exposure idea, like, no, you don't get to decide that. Like, the author decides who gets to read the book for free for the exposure. And
Right.
other ways to boycott Amazon. Also, like, Amazon, I have very mixed feelings about, because I only have a career because of them.
Yeah,
The
me too.
impact that they had by bringing out Kindle, by revolutionizing ebooks, was huge for authors. So yeah, it's complicated, but I just finding myself all worked up in these discussions where people find these creative ways to justify why they should steal writing. And I'm like, no, there has to be a better
I feel
way.
that way about art as well. Like, it is very, or DMP people who are making films that are being pirated. I feel for them. I do. I feel for them.
Like, well, if I pirate a Colleen Hoover book, like, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't matter. She's making a lot. But okay, but where do you draw that line? You don't know which authors are making
Indie authors can't afford that
this is
kind
not
of
a get rich profession at all.
We don't do it because of the money, you know, like.
Yeah. And
we do it.
People don't realize that this is a long haul. It's not a get rich short. you got to really put some time and effort into it to get it going.
And I was publishing my books wide for many years, and then somebody said, oh, Kindle Unlimited is still working well for me. And I was like, how is that possible? They pay so little now. But I experimented with it. I put my books in there, and I quickly discovered that while I make like one book sale every 6 months in the wide distribution, the Kindle Unlimited became 50% of my royalties. So like, crap, it really is. Like, I feel
I heard that a lot of people were getting ripped off by Kindle Unlimited, and I'm really glad to hear that it worked out for you. Yeah.
No, because I can't really test, like, is it accurate on its page reads, and am I getting the money it says I'm getting? I don't have a way to test that. But, if I'm making $200 in ebook royalties on Amazon, I'm now making $200 in Kindle Unlimited as well. So it just is doubling my royalties. Dang it, Amazon, how do you keep doing this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, complicated decisions. And I didn't mean to get into all of that from my description of I'm going to the library to 3D print, but here we are.
I am hoping to go wide myself. Like, please don't pirate books that go wide, especially if they're indie. Like, we don't get all of that money.
Yeah, we spend years, we spend so much of our time and energy to provide this entertainment, and we get paid maybe like $1 each person.
If that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tough business, and
especially if you're selling physical books, you make practically nothing on those.
Nothing on those. Yeah.
That's why I'm almost exclusively ebooks because, well, one, my books are very short, so they wouldn't make a very good paperback. And then two, because you get the most royalties out of ebooks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I don't make that much yet.
A lot on the genre and the author and stuff. So Sako, like, you might go wide and be like, oh, what is Ruth talking about? This is great. You know, like, I happen to have found an audience that has the Kindle Unlimited. And for some reason, I was wide for years and got almost nothing from it. But I know people who are the reverse of that. And I make almost all of my money from ebooks. And I know people who are making all their money from paperbacks. So it's like, you just have to test things out and see where you land and what audience, you know, resonates with you. Yeah.
I should check my monies in Amazon and see what needs to be exported, because I did get some sales recently and I didn't get any notifications or anything. So
yeah, I guess I don't get notifications. I'm checking it like almost every day.
I should be checking every day. Yeah.
But I went through and I did like a spreadsheet to check where are the royalties coming from for the last several years. And it was so interesting and eye-opening. And I mean, I love like analytics and data too, but it was like so worth doing to see where to put my energy, you know? Oh, that's so nice when your family's like, yes, I want to hold a copy of your book. Oh.
Well, my parents are really the only ones that read. Family that does, I don't know about it, but my parents have an e-reader, so that was easy for me to just shoot the file over to them. So they could have it.
You put the series together into a paperback like a box set, you know?
Oh, I'm planning on it, yeah.
Nice.
Once I get enough of them.
And don't discount opportunities with the library. Golly, I love libraries. My library let me do an in-person book signing event for my book that came out in August. Was it August? Early September. And it was so cool. And like, I advertised it everywhere I could think of. And the only people who came were people who knew me. But it was like a couple people from my knitting group and a couple of my parents' friends and my aunt. And like, we ended up with 10 people. And they asked great questions and they bought books and I signed them. And it was so cool. And then my husband recorded it all and it's on YouTube. So like, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Not to ask. And then my friend in my knitting group was like, you should see if the library will let you do an event. I was like, I'm a nobody. But it didn't matter. And it was so cool.
They support indie writers though. So I appreciate it.
Whatever, because I live in Concord, Massachusetts. So people are like, oh, talking about being a local author. That's so cool. And I'm like, do you know the local authors we have here? Not only is it Henry David Thoreau and Louisa May Alcott, but it's also Gregory Maguire who wrote Wicked. We got really good local authors.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, if you ask, you shall receive when it comes to libraries. They are so kind and generous, and yeah, they can work with you.
I'll have to look into that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Sherwood Hall Library here. Sako lives very close to me. The Sherwood Hall Municipal
in Falls
Library.
Church?
No, here in Alexandria, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one is really good about doing book signings and author stuff. So definitely look it up since you're not that far.
Group in Alexandria. It fell apart many years ago, sadly, so I cannot recommend you.
Oh, that's right. You were in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Baltimore. Yeah.
In the greater Baltimore area for 15 years.
Wow.
There. And then I would travel into DC, travel to Virginia. I dated a guy in Reston, Virginia, and I used to make that commute.
That's a commute. Yeah.
It was worth
So
it.
I am also a belly dancer, and I was invited to go dance in Baltimore. And I'm an hour and a half away in good traffic.
Yeah, and the roads between are not great. They're very
And
fast.
Maryland drivers doing less than the speed limit in the passing lane, and I can't. I can't dedicate half my day to commute.
A writer's sentence.
The Maryland drivers complain about Virginia drivers, and the Virginia drivers complain about Maryland drivers. We each
They
think
both
they're
have their
worse.
drawbacks. They both have their
Massachusetts
drawbacks.
drivers, you know, that's where the name masshole comes from. Massachusetts
I'm an
drivers are
asshole.
extremely aggressive, and yeah, the Maryland drivers are perhaps not aggressive enough with the slow driving and the sudden lane changes without warning and things like that.
I don't know if they're aggressive, but they're crazy.
They will pull out without looking.
Mm. And the weird thing is, like, there's a culture of jaywalking in Maryland as well. Like, you get a lot of people who just walk across the street, and no matter how busy it is. And then you have the drivers who pull out without looking, and you're just like, how does this work? Like, I know there's people getting killed.
It doesn't.
As many as you would think.
Like,
golly.
Yeah.
It's like driving in India. I visited India a few times, and I've been.
Oh, God.
Just like, this is a system. This is a wild system, and I don't understand it. And I'm glad that, like, I have
just ride the taxi. Don't. It's like driving in Rome, or
definitely do not.
Just don't do it.
Well, Carrie,
what's interesting about India, though, from what I've seen and heard from a friend that is Indian and from there, is that when they're driving around, they have certain beeps on their horns to indicate where they're going so that other people will know, okay, you're turning right. Well, I'm turning this way, so let's coordinate with the beeps. And yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It is crazy, but it makes sense.
You're always hearing somebody beeping, and that's expected. And very loud.
Yeah.
I wonder,
crazy.
Carrie, can you like convince them to like do more indie, or like open an indie branch of it, like, or you know, somebody who's charming and rolls well in those can talk to them about opening up an indie side.
If you're interested in conferences for writers, I can recommend a couple on the East Coast.
Ooh, you should put them in the chat.
Imaginarium is a really good one.
Imaginarium is a really good one. Balticon is a good one. RavenCon is a good one. There's this undercurrent of writers at all of those like sci-fi cons and stuff. So yeah, bring your books. People will look at them. People will talk to you about your books. And
yeah, I think sci-fi fans are pretty open to finding new voices and new material.
Yeah,
I'm a sci-fi reader, and I will, if it's a genre, I've probably floated through it. We'll just say that.
Yeah,
to
me
read.
too.
Yeah,
me too.
All right, let's fit in one more streak.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, let me reset this timer here.
Just to let you know, I'm going to have to leave about 10 minutes early, so I might not be here when the timer goes off.
Okay, it was great hanging out with you, and I hope you have a chance to rest a little bit today.
We'll try. Sam and I are trading shifts, so yeah, she better be anyway.
Sleeping. Right, yeah, I hope she's sleeping. Yeah.
I told her to go to bed.
Oh, I missed this comment. Indie bookstores. Yeah, I want those stores to carry them. You know, you can go wide for the paperback and Kindle Unlimited for the ebook. The exclusivity with Kindle is only for ebooks, and there's an exception for libraries, which Dale just uncovered of the self-publishing podcast. Dale, what's his last name? I don't remember, but
Roberts, I think.
Roberts.
Right. Yeah. So he discovered that you can still put your ebook in. So I go to Draft to Digital and I'll put it into Libby and Hoopla, which takes forever to process. And then my paperbacks are available everywhere, so they can be carried in bookstores, and they have that.
So you are white.
Yeah, I guess I put that the wrong way. Yeah, same way. Ebook and KU, paperback wide. So yes, should say.
Yeah.
Again, I
Yeah.
sell almost no paperbacks, so I don't even think about it. But I'm really happy that I can have my ebooks in the library because that way, I
In Libby.
have
Yeah.
better access to it if people are not, wanting to spend $4 on an ebook. Okay. Anyway, I got distracted because I missed that comment, so I will set the timer off. There we go. All right, there's our crazy alarm again. Sorry, guys. Ugh. I'll try to remember to fix it for next year. I don't think I'm hosting any more streams. So.
I think you've been burned out. Yeah.
Whew. I was supposed to do one tomorrow, but I forgot about the baptism, so I had to let Sam know. I was like, "Oops, sorry."
Oh, okay.
Be home.
Yeah.
At my very first mass.
Ooh. Stand up, sit down. Stand up, sit down.
Yeah. It is a lot of my cousins are Catholic and I am not, so. And my kids are going to be the ones finding it really interesting. They're 7 and 9. I'm a little worried about how bored they're going to be, and their cousins are used to going to church and they are not, so we shall see.
That's going to be an adventure.
The dress is finished except for the zipper.
Ooh, it's going to be beautiful.
I tried it on. It's a little on the tight side, but I think it'll work. And I don't know. We'll see once the zipper is in if I actually like how it looks. But whatever.
I'm doing great. I'm still writing the edicts, and now he is talking about taking dominion over intelligence in the DC area. So yeah, I'm writing that out.
Ooh, all right. Awesome. Okay, so there's 5 minutes left before the next stream. So I will let you all go and you can head to the next one on the playlist, and we'll see you back here for break time with me and Sako again at noon. And Sako's going to ask some probing, deep questions about our main characters. Yes, should be fun.
You bet. You bet.
Okay. See you later, everybody. Nope, I'm trying to press the other button.